Hello, 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 hello. Oh, goodness. I had a vivid dream last night. This one was very, very long, very long. So let me give you the beginning. So I went over it in my head and I wanted to remember it. And so it first began at an apartment building. I remember I was driving up the street and I had my kid and I walked into this apartment building. It was on the corner of the street and there was a school and a freaking theme park like right there, like literally, like when you were walking, I was crossing the street, literally one of the freaking roller coaster things was like right there. And so it was very colorful, very beautiful, very bright, and it was just beautiful. And so I remember I was walking to my apartment building and I went into my apartment building and I remember talking to my neighbors. Everything was great. The downstairs was made of glass, so it's like you could see in it. It was a beautiful, beautiful, very luxurious apartment building. So then I'm in the apartment building, and the apartment building catches. Was it a fire? Something happens. Oh, I set the apartment building on. Okay. I was in my apartment building and I was trying to move something or level something. And I was trying to move it and I was trying to level it and I messed it up and gas started spewing from it. And so when the gas started spewing, I was running around like, everybody get out the building. Everybody get out the building. There's gas in the building. There's gas in the building. And people were like, we don't smell no gas. And some people were exiting and some people weren't. And so it was spewing for so long because I've been trying to get everybody out the building. And then finally, the firefighters get there because I called 911. I'm like, there's gas in the building. Can you get here? So the firefighters finally come and they're getting everybody out the building. And then by this time, it has started really, 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 really spewing gas. Man, some idiot was like, oh, I don't smell no gas. And they walk into the fucking building and they set the motherfucker on fire. So now we have a fucking burning building because this idiot decides to walk into a building that I've been trying to tell you that gas is spewing out of. And so now the fucking building is on fire. Wow, great. So now we got the firefighters trying to get the building to not be on fire. They're, spraying it down, all this stuff. And so then my dream, I think later on transcends into a different dream. I don't remember the rest of that dream. So then it later on transcends into another dream. So now, or somehow or another, I go to this school and I have my daughter with me again. And now we're at the school and the school is great, all this great stuff. And it's like a camp or something. It's really crazy. Now, the school is a building. It's a house. It's like a house. And it has a field next to it. And the field has trees. And it started off with somebody going outside and then not coming back. Like, what the fuck? So then somebody goes outside and they don't come back. So then there's a girl, a dad, a mom, and I think a few other people scattered around. Now, I remember the girl vividly because me and the girl, we were together. This dream got extra crazy. So I think this dream that I originally had, it transcended down because I guess we had to find another place to stay. So now we're living in this shack. It's not a shack. It's like actually like a house, like a long house. It's like 1-2 stories possibly. And, it has school in it and all this stuff. And people are beautifully nice and they're amazing. And then I think a car broke down or something too. So, or my car broke down and that's how I got there or something like that. So now I'm in the dream and then I'm talking to the girl and then maybe it's like a day later or something happens to the point where I think I was talking to somebody or I was trying to do something and then all of a suddenly I'm being dragged. Like I got dragged by something invisible. And whatever it was really trying to take me to the woods. And I'm fighting. And then the girl's trying to grab me. And so when I finally get free, she says this. She says that. She says, you have to wear this necklace. So the necklace has dream catchers on it. Now, all the necklaces have to have a dream catcher on the necklace, which is mad weird. So as the necklaces have a dream catcher, like, so I remember I had like 2 or 3 of them because somehow or another, these fucking necklaces started popping up missing, and then they became littler and littler. And so in order for you to not get captured by the monster, you have to have these dream catchers on. But then later on, we found out that one of the guys was taking the necklaces off of people, and he was harboring them or hiding them because he was with the demons or some shit like that. So then later on, the fucking place floods. So we can't even leave. And like, it floods, and so now everybody has to get in boats. It was mad crazy. My daughter ended up missing. The whatever it was took my daughter, and then it was just crazy. And then somehow I transcended into another dream. But that dream was very, very creepy and scary. It seemed really, really long. So then my next dream, somehow I'm meeting Shaquay at a horse farm. I'm meeting him at a horse farm that he purchased himself. He bought this horse farm or something like that. So there's 2 horses on the farm. There were 2 horses that did yoga. It was really fucking funny. So the 2 horses did yoga. Like, I remember watching them and they were doing yoga, but also it wasn't just a horse farm. It was like a trail or something. So it was like a haunted house trail, but it was a horse farm. You get to ride the horses and walk around. And it was kind of like a festival for, I don't know, something weird. But it wasn't a lot going on, but it was enough. So everybody, it was like a whole bunch of cars there, whatever. And then, so we get there and everything's all great. And then all of a sudden, like as we're towards the end of the thing, I decided that I did not want to hang out with Shaquay anymore. And I decided to go with someone else. And so I started talking to this guy who was a DJ. And the guy that was a DJ, we were talking. And then somehow or another, I had to run away from Shaquay because he wouldn't let me go. And so then I just started, as I was running away, my phone was dying. And I was trying to call somebody to pick me up because I just knew that, dealing with him was not going to work for me. It just wasn't. It was just too much for me to handle. So my phone is dying. And I remember I had these long ass braids in my hair. I had these long fucking braids in my hair. And I was running out and I ran and hid behind this car, but my feet were so tired. Like my feet was tired in these shoes that I had on. And so I hid behind this car so I could be able to walk a little bit. And then I remember this. I tried to call a family member, and I remember as I'm in the parking lot, they're like, yo, she's so shady. She's like fucked up and this, that, and the third. And, I'm just a fucked up person because of what I did to Shaquay. And I'm like, you know what? It's whatever. I just didn't give a fuck what they thought because they didn't understand. And they didn't understand that, me being the person that I am, there are certain things that I cannot deal with. I cannot tolerate. So it was like, whatever. They're just thinking really mad, like how they would feel. And so later on, they were talking, and then I got up and I was like, you know what? Like, you got something to say, you could say it to my face. So basically, I just got to the point where I was fed up and hiding, and I stood up to these people. And so in the process of me standing up to them, somebody realized that I didn't have a ride home, and they're like, well, we can give you a ride. And then one of the people in the car was one of the people that I used to work with at Walmart. And so as we're riding down the street, I'm calling people. And I remember I called my aunt, and my auntie, it was like 5:00 in the morning or some shit like that. And I was thinking to myself, it was like 5 and 1. It was really weird. So I was thinking to myself, like, who can I call at this time? So I called my brother, like my brother that I barely talked to. And I was like, brother, what are you doing? Can I come over? He was like, oh, I got some shorties over. I was like, dude, why don't you just tell me if I could come over or cannot? Like, don't fucking get into that. It's a yes or no, because I don't waste my time. So he was like, nah, not tonight. I was like, okay, cool. That's it. Boom. And then I kept it moving. So then I called, and I was like, I called my other brother, Tad. And I think then I called my aunt. My auntie said I couldn't come over. And then eventually I did find a place to go. And then I woke up. So that was a very crazy dream. All right, well, let me get up and get to this household and all this stuff. And yeah, so hopefully I learn how to tell my dreams a little bit better and have a little bit more vivid stuff in them. But I do want to tell my dreams. So I just want to share them. All right, well, I will talk to you later. All right, have a great day or great night or whatever. If you want to try to distinguish my dream, and a lot of the stuff in my dreams was in real life. It's just it's funny how it got pushed together. Oh, and the thing about the another part of the dream was I was in the car with someone who said that he does this all the time to everyone, and then I was like, well, I was one of his victims, and that's why I became the way that I am, and then everybody was like, oh, well, now we understand, because you're like, you're afraid of being attached to people because you've been hurt before. And it is what it is. So basically, we were all in the car riding, and everybody was like, well, such and such, he did that to me. He did that to me. Like, that's just how he is. And I was one of his victims. And then somebody else was like, well, I was one of his victims too. I went through the same thing. And then I was like, well, nobody knew this, but I was one of his victims too. And that's why I am the way I am now. And so they're like, yo, you know what? Now we get you. We understand. But, misleading somebody is not cool. So it is what it is. But yeah, so now that's all of the stories that what happened in my head last night. Very vivid, very vivid. It was crazy because when that thing dragged me, oh my God, I was scared shitless. And then maybe that's why my feet was hurting. But I don't know, because my feet was hurting in the last one. The first one was cool, but I set the freaking thing on. I let gas go. The second one, I was getting dragged by invisible demons. And then I remember it was crazy, yo. That one was mad crazy because we were trying to find my daughter. Well, it was like snatching people. And then like the whole neighborhood and the whole city ended up flooded with water. And as we were like in the boat trying to, find stuff, and, one of the girls disappeared, and I ended up with her necklace. And, it was like, we got to keep these necklaces on so that they won't snatch us because, and it is weird because like we'd be talking to them and we'd be like, where's your necklace? And then as you're talking to them and you say, where's your necklace? The thing just comes out the blue and tries to snatch them. It was a whole bunch of other stuff going on in the dreams too. But I just thought that was really fucking crazy. All right, so now I'm out.